Across Yorkshire's moors and dales, the world's most famous vet set the benchmark for animal care. And James Herriot's legacy lives on. His former trainee, Peter Wright, has been a Yorkshire vet
All right, fella. Still shaking your head at me.
for 40 years.
Many years ago, this is what my old boss taught me to use, and it's done the job for me very well over the years. New life fills me full of so much joy.
Now running a new Yorkshire practice, Peter's former partner, Julian Norton,
Hello.
also upholds the Herriot ethos.
Feeling a lot better, thank you.
And in the foothills of the Pennines,
Come on, lad.
at one of the country's busiest animal hospitals,
So cool.
a new generation of town and country vets are following in their footsteps.
The owner's just touched me through the cow, which feels very strange.
Hey, take one.
The vet teams have one common goal:
It's called the art of veterinary science.
I love it.
to help animals of all shapes,
Quicker than I was expecting.
sizes,
Hello, dear.
types,
Yeah, I'm on, big boy.
Ow!
and temperaments.
Good boy, I said, not bad boy.
It's definitely not glamorous,
Smells like mouldy cheese or something like that.
but it's varied.
Oh, Jake, I don't know whether I can.
It's rarely easy,
Oh, it's escape.
but they continue the Herriot tradition,
They're a bit wild, the cattle over here.
treating all creatures great
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Chill, chill, chill.
It's one of these jobs where you need your porridge before you start.
and small.
I need some glasses, he's so small.
The peace which I always found in the silence and emptiness of the moors filled me utterly. The hills to which James Herriot referred never change. Forever silent, watching over the Yorkshire landscape he loved, and the life that he and all who follow in his footsteps have always strived to protect. Peter is once again heading across those moors after an urgent call from cattle farming brothers Matthew and James Sowray.
They're very concerned about a cow that's frothing at the mouth and shaking its head quite violently, and they think it's got something stuck in its throat. This can be potentially very dangerous because if you have something blocking the gullet of a cow, they can blow up and die quite quickly. So I just hope I'm going to get there in time.
We saw her son under the tree on her own, and we thought there's something not right. So we had a look ourselves, and we can't see a problem, but there's obviously an issue somewhere. Every cow's precious, every life counts here. You have to try and look after them best you can. Get that, get that, yeah. We suspect there's something stuck in the back of her throat or underneath her throat. We can't see anything, as you can see, she's a little bit pokey.
Morning.
Morning, Peter.
Morning. How we doing?
You've got one that's slaving a bit.
She's cutting all right and she's moving about all right, so we presume there's something maybe stuck in the back of her throat,
Yeah.
but we could be wrong.
Right. Is she fairly good to do with?
I wouldn't say so, no.
Do you know, she just does not look in her
She
eye.
does.
With this cow, my first impressions is she's not blown up at all. The stomach's working OK, but there's something causing her quite a lot of distress. She's salivating a lot. Right, Mrs, let's see if you're going to cooperate nicely. Have you seen these used before?
No.
This is a gag. Now, do you think you'll be able to hold this in place for us?
Yep.
Please, down there.
Yep.
And that'll stop. That's grand. Oh, you bugger. I can't feel anything there. Been back to a top of a voice box there. I can't feel anything.
We had a look, we thought it was maybe further down.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look in now, see if I can see anything. No, I can't see anything there. Right, plan B. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put a tube down there now And it may be that whatever it is has passed on its way, but it's scratched and cut the back of her throat. And that'll produce a lot of saliva as well, because anything that's going to irritate the back of the throat will cause an issue. So I'm going to pop a tube down now, see if there's anything there that we can move on its way.
For anyone who's worked helping animals, all creatures' lives matter. And on her small holding, former vet nurse Debs
Hello, sweetheart, come on then.
has found a little lady with a problem she can't ignore.
This is Perry, who one of the dogs brought to us out to one of the stables. I think she was born in one of the nests above. She's either sort of done this in the shell before hatching, or her parents have sat on her. The leg is just totally back to front and upside down. It's just such an encumbrance, because if she does try and fly, it gets stuck up sort of between her wings, so she can't land because the wing can't come in. I'm at a loss to know what to do with this. She'd not be able to survive out in the wild, I don't think, because she wouldn't be able to get around to get food, and I think something would have her very, very quickly. I couldn't just leave her to her own devices. She really is a sweet little poppet, and I couldn't have had her put down without at least trying.
So Debs has taken Perry to the practice in Wetherby to see if Julian thinks there's any hope.
Hey there, don't try and fly. Not that you can fly with the legs sticking up like that. So the other leg looks... Whoops. Stop it. The wings work anyway, which is good. The other leg looks much better. It does work, it grips and functions, so hopefully that'll be enough to keep her able. She's got a lot of spirit and a lot of fight, and I think it's certainly worth giving her a go.
So Julian's decided to prepare Perry for surgery with the help of Nurse Lucy.
Perry goes in there, and she just relaxes, and then, hey presto, hopefully it'll be asleep soon.
Ready?
I think so, yeah. So I'll pluck the feathers carefully. So now Perry's asleep, it's a bit easier to examine the leg in more detail, and it's totally deformed. This bit here is pointing in the wrong direction and is not working as a leg. So it should be that way around, and it's that way around, it's backwards. That must have been a birth deformity, I would have thought. If we don't try and do something, then Perry's got no chance and we'll have to put her down. So I'm going to actually amputate it there. Is she fairly stable?
Not really. She's not reacting very well.
Does she need more gas? We need to make sure that Perry's deep enough for the surgery to happen, but not too deep, and that's really difficult. It's a really fine balance in birds. That's the first concern. We've then got to get her through the surgery. We're cutting through a bone, there'll be big blood vessels, so controlling the bleeding is the next hurdle. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong and possibly might go wrong. Am I all right to go?
Yeah.
I'm going to be as quick as I can.
Okay.
Because I think the less time that she's asleep, the better.
Coming up,
We're just in a gullet now.
Peter battles to clear the cow's throat.
She's just not quite right yet. She's having another go there.
And for the Huddersfield team, sophisticated coffee,
There's anything Matt doesn't need, it's more energy for the cafe.
but not such sophisticated snacking.
Yes, rather. Eating plum stones. Not a good idea, is it?
On the Sowry brothers' farm,
Come on.
James and Matthew have been worried about one of their new mums, who's been foaming at the mouth. Peter suspects she has something stuck in her throat.
This is a fancy sort of tube with a relatively soft end on it, and what this does, if there's anything stuck there, we can hopefully move it on its way. The old ones, when I first qualified, they were made of leather.
Oh, it'll work a bit better.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It'll go and bend a bit better.
Right, missus. We're just in a gullet now. I'm pushing it down into her stomach because the rumen, it's like a 40-gallon drum of food in there, and it'll soon cope with a bit of twig or anything like that. So I'm hopefully pushing it on its way. What was noticeable there was it was quite a bit of resistance to start with, and then it gave. That just sucks out, that's it. Yeah.
So hopefully...
Well, now there isn't so much slaver there, but sometimes it takes a bit of time to build up there.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to count my chickens just yet. We'll never know exactly what it was. Most likely a piece of twig, I would say, that she's had stuck there. It was obviously distressing her, and she's just not quite right yet. She's having another go there. Now, that may be because there's still something there, so I'm going to have another go and just see if we've got it. It's free enough, is that now? Yeah, to start with, there's like resistance there, but there isn't any now.
No.
I'm going to give her an anti-inflammatory now, because it's highly likely that it has irritated the back of her throat. Right, missus? I think it's just giving her time now. She's not in any danger anyway. Whatever it was, she wasn't blowing up with it. That's the main thing.
Looks like she's wandering back to find a calf now.
Yeah. I think it'll take a bit of time for that to settle.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Right. She's still in distress, this cow. She's still quite irritated. I believe that whatever it has been there, twig or whatever, that it's caught the back of her throat, and probably as I've pushed it on, I don't think that'll have helped with the amount of irritation there. So I'm hoping with those injections that things improve over the next 24 hours.
In Wetherby,
The quicker we can get it done, the better.
Julian's amputating young pigeon Perry's deformed leg, and it's nerve-wracking surgery, especially for Nurse Lucy.
Any good? Not really.
Nope.
It's a stressful thing, isn't it, when you're a nurse doing this, because it's very different to a normal dog or cat anaesthetic where you'd be 99.5% certain that everything would be to plan, but this kind of thing is very much the opposite.
She's there, it's just she's quite twitchy and huffy.
All right.
Yep.
So cut through the bone, and then it's off. There's a big blood vessel under there, which I'm going to ligate now. So the bleeding's stopped. I'm going to stitch up now, and then hopefully...
Heart rate has slowed right down.
Slowed right down.
Yep.
Turn it down a little bit. I'm just literally on the skin, so... All right, still with us. It's kind of a race against time to get the wound closed and the surgery finished, and then the anaesthetic over, because it's not going very smoothly at the top, and Lucy's, I think, doing a good job of staying calm. Yeah, good or not good? Still
Yep, still there.
with us. Should be the last stage, I think. We are done.
We done?
We're done. Let's get her awake. A few tense moments, but relatively straightforward. Lucy's not convinced, but is still breathing.
Yeah, she's still alive.
Heart's still going. So that's so far an achievement. Just give that a bit of a clean up under there, and then hopefully we'll come round.
Come on, little pigeon, you need to wake up now.
She's opening her eyes, look.
You're starting to wake up. Hello.
Hi, Perry. She's going to jump up all of a sudden, isn't she?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Hello.
Hello.
You okay?
In the land of the living.
Oh, well done. Perry's doing all right, considering. She took a little bit of a turn during the anaesthetic. I'm feeling better now that the surgery's over with and that the leg's off, so fingers crossed she'll be all right in recovery.
So post-op's gone really well, actually. Better, probably, if I'm honest, than I was expecting.
Here you go. You're all right. Good girl, Perry.
Surgery on pigeons is never very easy. They're small, and birds metabolise drugs in a different way to mammals. So we always take a deep breath before we embark upon these sort of things. Lucy did a great job with the anaesthetic and kept Perry nicely in his ties, so that was good. And Perry's now sitting up, recovering nicely, so fingers crossed the future looks certainly better than it would have been without the surgery.
Do you want to come through with Maisie?
Thanks to the team at the hospital in Huddersfield, lots of the animals here are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Look what I brought.
And David's trying to make sure the vets and nurses are too.
I decided it's time for a coffee machine. Give us a bit of a boost, you know.
It's quite essential, coffee, with this job. Definitely just drink it all day to keep us going.
I think all of us are pretty big coffee fans. You know, there's a time for a good cup of Yorkshire tea, but now and then it just doesn't quite cut it and you need a good cup of coffee.
Right, let's have a look.
Before you get excited, you need to be very careful when using it. Just push the button carefully down. Matt's got a bit of a track record with breaking complicated machinery, so I'm going to have to give him a very thorough lesson this morning.
OK. This mug was a 30th birthday gift from one of our very special clients. I hate being sexy, but I'm a vet, so I can't help it. So is it going to spill over, Dave, or is it going to automatically shut off?
I don't know.
I mean, oh, we're ready. Ah, look at that. So a taste test.
There's anything Matt doesn't need, it's more energy for the animal.
I'm going to be bouncing off the walls in a minute. I can feel it about to kick in.
Oh, no. This is really stressful. I've mucked up which sugar's in. I need to go back to life-saving surgery for a rest. I think it's too much for me, this.
You had one job, David.
Thanks, barista Dave.
No
it's in the
problem.
wrong mug, but I'll let you
I
off.
think it's right.
I like a strong coffee, so this is really nice. Good little start to the day.
Is he going to get a good tip?
Prefer instant.
Back to work.
Matt's going to need all the energy from his morning coffee when he meets his next patient. Because while dogs are such intelligent creatures, they don't always seem so when it comes to selecting snacks. Rolo has just arrived with Ian and Emma.
He's unfortunately swallowed a plumstone. That's actually my fault, I take the blame. I dropped it on the floor before putting it in the bin, and I think he obviously just got there before my hand grabbed it and swallowed it whole.
We swallowed the stone a few days ago, and after that he had diarrhoea. And this is the third visit to the vets in the last 3 days. We come here, got some medication, we thought he was going to be OK, but then during the night he sort of deteriorated and he's been very restless, so we're not happy, so we've come back.
Rolo, get her, please. Hat-trick visit in a few days.
During night he's gone downhill again and he's just not himself.
Yeah. He's a very lively dog normally, but he's just been in his basket, really barely even lifting his head.
Yeah.
Oh, Rolo. Right then, let's have a look at him. Let's bob him up on here. Right, I'm sorry, but we're going to have to check that temperature, I'm afraid.
Okie dokie.
Let's have a look. Right, think of England. There we go. Oh, there we go.
I'm glad I'm not a dog.
I'm glad I'm not a vet.
Aye, horrendous experiences. Oh, buddy, don't look so worried. Temperature's a little bit high at 39.3. Oh, I know. Come on, come on. Hey, Roland, just have a bit of a feel in here, just to see if I can feel any evidence of that stone knocking around. Can't feel anything in his intestines there, so I think you're right, you know, it's something which is only so much back and forth. I think we need to have him in.
Yeah, it is.
Get him x-rayed, see what's going on there, and if we do think at that point in time we need to open him up, then we'll just go ahead and get that removed. But we'll take it step by step. Let's get those x-rays, see where we are. All right, thanks a lot,
Look
guys.
after him.
Oh, don't worry, he's in good hands. Come on, Rolo.
Take care, mate.
Let's get you sorted out.
See you later, buddy.
We've admitted Rolo. I can't feel anything major stuck in his abdomen, but there is certainly something off going on inside there, so we need to do an x-ray, put him under anaesthetic and find out what's going on. Yes, Rolo. Eating plum stones. Not a good idea, is it?
I definitely feel a lot better now seeing a vet because they've got the knowledge.
Right then. Sleepy time, chicken.
It's
But worried as well.
That he's going to have anaesthetic. He is young and healthy, but there's always that risk.
There's a lot of gas in his intestines, and looking at it here, the gas does seem to be backing up a little bit into his stomach. It is abnormal, there's not an obvious foreign body there that I can see, but given that it's been quite flat and we've been going on now for a couple of days, I'm just not happy leaving him another 24 hours. Big problem with foreign bodies is the fact that they block up the body systems, cause damage to the tissues, damage to the blood, damage to the intestine that's around, and it's something which can be fatal. So I think it warrants getting him opened up and get to the bottom of this.
Coming up,
Mark, grab my legs.
Julian struggles to get to grips with a pig called Neville.
Nearly. I mean, it was in, but then it just came out again.
And Peter heads to Jean's
What we call the devil's trap, this.
for a devil of a job.
Oh, right.
In Huddersfield, Matt's hoping he can finally get to the bottom of Rolo's problem.
All right, Rolo, let's see what's going on in you.
His owners suspect he's swallowed a plumstone that's been making him feel ill for the past few days.
Plan now is we're going to open Rolo's abdomen and we're going to have a look and see what's going on in there. Right, Rolo, good lady, reload it.
Yep, I'm happy.
Sometimes in a situation you don't find anything, but at least we can sleep soundly tonight, because even if we don't find anything, we've got our answers as needed. But at this point in time, and from the x-rays, I think we might find something in here. Aha, we have indeed got an obstruction here. Whatever it is pretty solid. And it's all moving as one. It's like a big gravel pit at the bottom here. Whether the stone's involved in that, I'm not quite sure, but given that we've been trying to vomit, I suspect this hasn't helped matters. All right, here we go. All right, our foreign body is, what looks like a chunk of plastic. Whew. It's always nice when you open up and find something. Oh, there's some more in here. Poof. Right, no wonder this was causing him bother. God, look at this. It's like Mary Poppins' bag. Jeez. Wow. But no wonder that wasn't getting through him. It looks like part of a rubber ball. Feast of blue rubber. Sorry, Chief. But trust me, you'll feel a lot better after we've mucked about with you from getting all this out. What a treasure trove. Right. Let's get him stitched back up. I'm so glad we opened him up. Part of me thought she would give him another 24 hours, but given it's been 3 days, you take the plunge every time you open them up, and it's satisfying when you do get something as rewarding as that, because that was no way going to pass through his guts, and that was causing a whole mound of problems, wasn't it? Right. Rolo is up and running again. All done, everything stitched back together nicely. I'm happy there's nothing else stuck in there. And I have no idea what happened to the plumstone, but nowhere to be found. Looking at it, all of that, I think, is way worse than a plumstone, and we can show that to Rolo's owners when they come get him.
the practice in Wetherby, Julian's hoping his unusual patient is ready to fly the nest.
Right, go back in there.
Earlier, he amputated Perry the pigeon's deformed leg.
Oops, steady, steady.
And Perry's rescuer, former vet nurse Debs, is coming back to collect her.
Right then, Perry, you can wait there. Right, here we are. So she's fine. Better without it, for definite.
Hello, sweetie pie.
But she's coped really well with the anaesthetic.
Excellent.
The surgery was a bit tense.
Tense for you or her?
Tense for everybody, actually, yeah. She looks good, and I mean, considering it was only 2.5, 3 hours ago that she was under anaesthetic, she's come around remarkably quickly. And she looks bright. She looks almost brighter now than she did before.
Gorgeous. She's a cheeky little thing. I bet she must feel better for being without it, mustn't she, you'd think?
There's no point in having a limb that is a hindrance,
No.
so we've done the right thing. What will you do with it? Will you aim to release it back in the wild?
Yeah, I mean, we've got feral pigeons at home anyway. In a few days' time, she'll go into a stable and just get used to pottering about and more room.
I think exactly that, yeah, because she won't have been able to use the wings or fly anyway up until now, so she'll need to get the hang of that.
I've put off letting her fly, really, because...
Until now.
Yeah.
So the wings work, look.
Yeah.
We don't operate on many pigeons. I think a lot of people might see them as not really worthy of veterinary care, but the fact is she's a lovely little bird. She's got a great character. She deserves exactly the same chance as a dog or a cat or a pet rabbit.
Thank you ever so much.
All right, cheerio. Nice to see you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I think it's really important to have someone like Debs, and I think, you know, where there's a will, there's a way, and hopefully she'll do really well.
Many a waif and stray has found a warm welcome at the Greens farm in Thirsk.
Hello, Dust. Hello, Dusty.
But not all reciprocate Jean and Steve's warmth.
This is Dusty. She was given to me when she was about 8 weeks old. She's fierce. She'll have you look at you. It's what we call a devil's cat, this. Takes a good man to catch it.
And today, a good man is going to have to brave it, because the devil cat has been going through hell.
Dusty's got a bad paw. She might have a thorn in, or she might have just skinned it or something. I don't know what she's done, but her paw swelled up.
Most of Mrs. Green's cats are very friendly and have lovely personalities. Dusty isn't one of them. So I'm just hoping that I get out unscathed. This could be quite a tricky one. Anybody in? Shop?
Yes, Peter?
Yeah. Come in, Peter.
How are you?
This is what we call the devil's cat.
Well, I've heard rumours. Now, I've not met this one before. She looks as if butter wouldn't melt in her mouth there, doesn't she? Can I stroke her?
Yeah, but just be careful. She might just turn round.
All right. Hey. All right, Dusty.
She's very quiet today.
But she's maybe not very well. Shall I just grab her scruff and have a look? Or do you think I should?
You're welcome, Peter.
Hey? Is that nice? Let's have a look. Oh, I see. Hang on, Jean. I've got her. I see. Oh. Hang on, Jean. Don't get beaten. Oh, right. That's it.
You ain't what I mean by the devil's cat.
She's not compliant, is she? I did see that foot, though. I can see she's got a wound on the bottom of her foot, haven't you? Hey, it's all right. I think she's been bitten on that pad. No, no, careful. Well, I can see she's lost a claw and her nail bed there is quite infected. So I'm going to try and get some long-acting antibiotics into her, but it's going to have to be planned, I think, like a military operation.
Do you want me to grab it?
Come on. Come on, then. You all right? This is tricky. Oh! Oh, yes. Those teeth, I didn't like the look of there. She's not easy, is she?
It's keen, isn't she, Pete?
Yeah. Come on.
Hey.
That's it. Right, now then. No, it's I won't. Oh! Come here, you. Just get them claws down. Right, where's my injection?
Don't be long, Peter, don't be long.
I'll be as quick as I can.
Don't be long.
That paw is very swollen. All right, it's okay. We're done now. Right, let her go now, Sarah. We'll let her go. She's gone. Well, all her fingers are all intact, aren't they?
Yeah. Mine are yours.
You might laugh, Mrs. Green. I'm going to leave you some tablets to pop down her throat, twice a day.
You're on your bloody own. But I'll tell you what, I wouldn't like to take her to a vet.
No, it's just as well she has a personal physician calls to see you.
Peter.
Yes?
Here's a bottle of champagne to say thank you for doing the cat.
Well, that's most kind of you. And are you sure you won't drink it?
I won't drink it.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome, sir.
I'll pass it on to Mrs. Wright, and I'm sure she'll soon guzzle it, and I will help her.
All
Take
right,
care.
Peter,
Nice to see
take
you.
care, love.
And you.
Thanks a million.
You're welcome. I think Dusty will be okay. I think what I've given her should be sufficient to settle it down. But certainly I'll be hearing about it if she isn't.
Hello.
Across Yorkshire,
You're going to roll over?
Ian Prentice's pigs are certainly pampered.
Oh, there we go. This is Neville. Enjoys his scratches, don't you? He tickles. Neville doesn't normally live here. He's got a nice big bachelor pen up in the other side of the farm. But obviously he's on his own up there, and he does get lonely.
Ian has two other pigs, Pepper and George. But a couple of things stand between Neville and companionship.
We can't let Pepper in with him because we don't want any extra piglets. And I think it'd be nice for him to have some friends.
So with the lonely pig needing pals, Julian's come to help.
Hi, Ian.
Hi, Julian. How you doing?
Oh, dear. This is our next patient, is it?
This is Neville.
Hello, Neville.
He's excited to see you.
I bet he is. Hi, Neville. So he's to castrate.
He is to castrate, yeah.
And needs his tusks taken off, does he, as well?
He does, especially this one on the left-hand side. It's nearly into his face
Going
now.
in. It's not that easy castrating adult boars.
No.
The hardest thing is keeping them still whilst we do it. Oh, there it was already going down. So,
Or we could just tickle his belly.
well, we could tickle his... I mean, it may be a combination of drugs and tickling his belly, but once we start to intervene, you know what pigs are like.
Not wanting to take any chances with Neville, Julian gave Matt a call.
Today, I've come to give Julian a hand. Pigs are notoriously difficult in the veterinary world. They like to live by their own rules, and sometimes even the smallest ones, they're built like tanks. So I've been called in as reinforcements.
This is our patient, look. He's called Neville.
I can clearly see he's excited to see us, isn't he?
He's trying to ignore our very presence. Ian can make him calm and relax using his sweeping brush.
Magic brush.
But I think we might need more than just a brush.
He does have some teeth on him there, doesn't he?
It does.
Look at him.
Right, let's go, let's go.
Yeah. Stage one is to hopefully get this syringe of injection into him. Matt, grab my legs.
Yep, we're ready. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Nearly. I mean, it was in, but then he just came out again. Shall I come in as well?
There we go. Whoa, there we go.
Oh, you got an apple.
If I go like this.
Okay. Well done.
Right, we're in. That's done.
He might look small, but blooming hell, he's got some strength about him. As soon as we've taken his testicles off him, we'll get his teeth cut as well, and then he will be a civilised member then amongst the pigs here.
Well, the weather's not very good. This wasn't what we ordered. What the heck?
Good lad, Neville.
So this is an epidural injection which numbs the area. It'll just help us a little bit.
Oh,
whoops, has he gone down?
He's decided to have a sleep himself.
Right, ready?
Yep, ready.
So I'm just cutting through the skin, and hopefully there's a testicle here. There is. Should just pop out. I'm not quite ready to pop out just yet. But pigs have slightly funny testicles because they're a bit further in than some animals. But that's it there. It's not wanting to come out very readily.
Still to come.
Hey, Mummy and Daddy are here.
At last, Rollo can go home. But will he be his old self?
When you go in the house and you're waiting for a little greeting and they're not there, it's awful.
And Peter heads to see the Sari brothers.
Morning, boys.
Hoping their poorly cow has pulled through.
Sometimes it's a mistake to call and see how your patients are because I was unsure what the outcome would be here.
On a rainy Yorkshire afternoon,
Come on, Mr. Testicle.
Julian and Matt are castrating Ian's lonely boar Neville so he can move in with Pepper and George.
Here he is. He's come out already.
There we go. Yes. Clearly he's had enough of them as well. Good lad, Neville.
Is he all right?
Yeah, he's all right.
Neville will also need his overgrown tusks removing.
We're nearly done at this end and going to move on to the front end after this. There we are. Yeah, you go on, good lad. That's it, Neville, we're nearly done, we're nearly done.
I just think twist and pull it on.
Yeah.
There we are, that was easy.
There we go.
Oh, I don't know what all the fuss was about.
Well, I have to say, Neville's been an absolute star patient.
Well, it was a fairly straightforward procedure in the end. The testicles came off almost embarrassingly easy. We've got an appointment with his head end next. We're going to take off his tusks because they can be quite dangerous. One of them looks like it's growing in as well. Come on.
Good lad, good lad, good lad.
There we are.
There we go.
This is some, we call it cheese wire. You just go like this and basically just file them off like this.
That's going to be a juicy one, is that? That's going to be brilliant.
It's not as hard as you'd think, is it? It's hard to go through the tooth hard, but there's no nerves in there, so there's no sensation.
Oh, he's just not bothered. He's been a really good patient, hasn't he?
Pop.
Oh, me now. Now that's a tusk, is that? We don't want that sinking into anywhere untoward.
Pop.
There we go. Nice one.
And then...
That's it, that's it. Good lad.
Pop. Sorry, straight in the eye.
Hold him on. Right.
So that's that done as well. Right, I reckon we let him sit up, shall we? And
Yeah. Good lad, Neville.
I don't know who's more exhausted. There you go, the people. Well done, Neville. Good. He'll be a lot better without those big tusks.
Definitely, yeah.
And he won't be injuring himself. And we've all got our little trophy to take home to add to our collection.
We have. Indeed.
Thanks, Ian. Cheers.
Thanks, yep.
See you later, Ian. Cheers.
Before long, he'll be back with Pepper and George in his old pen. That's what the goal was, so that Neville would have friends, so, yeah. I think it's been a job well done.
While Neville's lost his testosterone and tusks, for the two vets, it's time for a game of You Show Me Yours.
Matt, have you seen my tusk collection? What do you think about those? They're pretty smart, aren't they?
They're belters of them.
Look at that, big boy.
That's a
beauty,
that's my
isn't
best,
it?
Is that one?
I feel very inadequate in comparison with my 3 small tusks, and here we've got a bag full.
Oh, I'll share.
I must try harder.
Back at the hospital in Huddersfield, it's a big day for rubber ball eating dog Rolo.
Hey, Mummy and Daddy are here. Yes, you're getting picked up today and you're going home.
Come on, Matt.
Owners Ian and Emma can't wait to see him.
That's him. That's Rolo. It's when you go in the house and you're waiting for a little greeting and they're not there, it's awful. And when I wake up in the morning, I always take him out for a walk first thing, and I don't half miss him when he's not there.
It's your routine and you just know something's missing.
To your left. To your left. To the left.
Rolo!
To the left. To the left. Hey,
Rolo.
good lad. Good boy, Rolo. Hey, all right.
Nice to see you. Okay. You missed me. I've missed you. Got you back.
Right, so do you want to see what we got out of him?
Go on then.
The contents of the rubber ball are thus there.
That is my blue rubber ball that I gave him. Yeah. When we get him home, I'm probably going to give him lots of cuddles.
Yeah.
He's going to be spoiled. In fact, we'll even get him a new toy.
Yeah,
Hopefully won't eat it though.
What a relief. It's great to see him going back home all healed up and back to normal. Hopefully, we won't be eating any more balls anytime soon.
And after a bit of a rest at home, Rollo has soon bounced back.
It was difficult for the first 10 days because he was confined to barracks. But once he got over that, it was all worth the wait. He's back fighting fit and back to his old self now. He's a proper free spirit. It's doggy heaven for Rollo, is this? We've always got a few balls in the car, and I brought one today with me, a nice fluorescent orange one, and hopefully we can keep an eye on that ball and see it before he eats it this time. He does like to chew things, but only his balls, if you pardon the expression. It's what it's all about, being out with him in the fresh air. It's fantastic, and he makes you smile every day, so that can't be a bad thing, can it?
Up on the North York moors, Peter's heading back to the Sowry brothers' farm. 2 weeks ago, he treated one of their cows.
Sweet enough is that now?
Who he suspected had something caught in her throat.
She's still in distress, this cow. I think it'll take a bit of time for that to settle.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Sometimes it's a mistake to call and say how your patients are, because I was unsure as to what the outcome would be here. What? I haven't heard anything, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we've had a good outcome. Morning, boys.
How we doing?
Well, I was going past, and the cow that I saw last time with the foreign body in her throat, when I left, she was sort of not showing any signs of improvement. I just wondered how she was getting on.
Well, to be fair, a couple of days, still something irritating her there. It's just a bit sore maybe, but 5, maybe nearly a week, she was more or less back to normal, really.
What I did notice as I leave, the hedge up at the top, they were spending a lot of time in there.
Yeah.
And they were pulling stuff out the hawthorn hedge.
Yeah.
And I think she may have had a thorny piece of a hawthorn stuck there. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is her?
Just in front.
Ah, that one, look, ah, yes, yes.
Yeah, with a calf at the side.
Yes, excellent. Well, she's just shaking her old head about and salivating all over the place. Because obviously if she couldn't feed a calf, she wasn't going to bother with it. It's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But you imagine if you've got thorns, something with thorns on the back of your throat, you wouldn't feel that great, would you?
Yeah.
She looks as if she's enjoying it out here, but who wouldn't on a day like this, eh?
It's fantastic that we've got the cow back to her normal self, and the calf's doing really well on her, to be fair. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant.
I wasn't quite sure when I left whether things were going to work out well, but no, we've had a good outcome. And on a day like this, she's doing what she does best, out grazing, looking after her baby, and I don't think she could be anywhere better, really, than beautiful North Yorkshire.
The Yorkshire Vet's back next week at 8. Of course, Peter and friends no strangers to Cannon Hall, where Channel 5's spending this week on the farm. Join Helen Skelton, new tomorrow at 8 and brand new next. A massive counter-attack and the fight to get off the beach in D-Day. Victory in just a moment.